Starting now. Hang on 1 second. Yeah. Water.
15 seconds of silence, man.
I'm sorry. All right, that's being gestured. And that heater kind of kicked on. You can turn that heater to fan. Just push the mode button. Yeah. Fan. And then put it on low. Speed. Oop. Fan? Yeah.
So I get the fan. Yeah.
Fan. And then speed, yeah. Speed. Low. Low. Okay.
Do you have whiskey glasses before we get too deep into this?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, fucking right he
I'm all
does.
fucked up.
It hasn't even started yet,
I
man.
know.
I'm on a lot of cold medicine, so this is going to be a wild journey. For me.
Woo! Hold on tight, people.
And I had a cocktail before we got started that consisted of a 5-hour energy, a Red Bull,
Oh,
Gatorade, and 2 emergency vitamin C packets. That's how I'm getting through my 2 podcasts tonight.
you're a trooper.
That's it.
Trooper.
Got to have the cocktail. All right. 15 seconds of silence. Starting now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Stogie Geek Show. On this episode, it's our Christmas special. We've got a very special smoke of the week, which Stogie Santa brought in especially for this episode of the show. We've also got plenty of cigars to talk about this week. And our special is going to be top 5 lists. So we're going to come up with random top 5 lists. So I'm looking at Stogie saying, you didn't tell me that. Sorry.
I just like I feel like my wife.
All that and more on this edition of the Stogie Geek Show.
Hey, mention Big Pete.
There it is.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Stogie Geek Show. I'm your host, Paul Asadorian. We're minus Mr. Tim Muggerini's feeling a little under the weather this week. But I, of course, have sitting across me, and this is the time of year where this particular individual really shines. This is none other than Stogie Santa.
Good evening, everybody, and happy holidays.
Mark Jr. is also in the house. Welcome, Mark.
Yes, I am. Merry Christmas to you all.
Video production assistant Steve is here getting indoctrinated into the Stogie Geeks podcast.
Welcome aboard.
We've got some fun things that are going to be happening next year. So you'll hear all about that on an upcoming episode. Right now, I want Mr. Stogie Santa to tell us a little bit about the Stogie of the Week.
The little Stogie of the week here is something, first of all, Big Pete, shout out to you.
Big Pete.
Big Peter. He gave us 4 cigars. And what they are the 911, the 343, the limited edition 2012. These are coming on a Scotto and a natural. And you are doing...
I'm doing the Ascoro.
Yep. And
Me as well.
again, just bear with me. I just got a little bit of information on here the old-fashioned way from Peter. Thanks again, Pete. This particular blend, I can't even read it. But anyway, it's a Habano Rosado, the first blend. It's, let's see, what's the particulars on here? I'm not really, I just got in from work, so bear with me here.
You do, in fact, have your glasses on.
Yeah, I know, but I can't, again.
But I still can't see.
It looks like, to me, it's a 54 ring gauge. To me, what'd you figure, gentlemen? 6x54?
Yeah.
So anyway,
I'm
we're
going
5
with
and a
that.
half, maybe.
yeah, exactly. And this is a second-year release, and only 343 people got these boxes. And again, from Big Pete, this is a Christmas present to the Stogie Geeks. And thank you.
Oh,
Peter,
so
for
was this a
everything.
BOTL? Is that what you were saying?
No. This is from Pepin, my father's. And
Okay.
what he did, his proceeds, he's already donated $16,000 to the 9/11 victims, and everyone works out. I mean, they get great cigars. It goes to a great cause, the firefighters and 9/11. God bless their souls. But again, everybody out there, this is something that I've never tried before. I don't know. How about you, Mark?
No, I just have heard whispers of it here and there, but never.
I've never heard of it before this.
Yeah, and again, it's all
I
about.
read a review on a.
I'll hold the
Yeah,
Goes
the
So
band up
maybe
for
not
the,
band,
for the
just a
camera.
different one,
Because the
right.
band is pretty cool. It says, "We will never forget
Exactly.
9/11."
Absolutely. So again, this is what it's all about, gentlemen and ladies out there listening. It's just
Nice Oscuro wrapper.
all right. It's all about giving back.
What did we say? 5.5 by 54.
Yeah.
is what this says. Yeah, 5.5 by 54.
54. So we just
Oh, so speaking of that,
It's a
I've taken
Habano
it up-
Rosado and a Habano Maduro.
Right.
Are the two different?
I've taken it upon myself to establish an official charity of the Stogie Geeks and Paul.com family of shows, which I hope everyone's okay with. And
Well, I'm glad we talked about
I'm
it.
glad we talked. Wounded Warriors, but I knew you'd be on
Great
board.
chance.
Yeah,
Great, yeah.
exactly.
Wounded
Warriors.
WoundedWarriorProject.org.
Yeah.
Go check them out. We're gonna, when we do stuff for charity, we're gonna focus around this one charity. So I wanted
agree.
to make that, especially this time of year, if you want to make a donation, I think that's certainly one that we all can get behind and recommend. So.
Absolutely.
The Quad Stay Herf that I go to every year.
Yeah.
Last year's
No,
was
you're
that
sick. You
charity.
can't drink that.
Oh no, I can't. Oh.
20. Oh, by the way.
So,
This is
so
my-
we're
this is my
drinking
medicine.
First of all, before we go any farther,
This is my
just
medicine.
Show them the medicine that you're drinking, Paul.
This is
It's,
a Pappy Van
Pepe,
Winkle.
20-year-old. Yes, baby.
So is this really that good?
No, it sucks. You wouldn't like it.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't
I
drink
should
it.
drink the other stuff.
Yeah,
You're
right.
gonna friggin' hate it.
Why don't you? I know. Why don't you have your Red Bull?
Well, I know.
Your Red Bull.
The Red Bull.
I never get the I never get the Pappies when it comes in.
He's-
I didn't get this from Dennis.
Oh, okay.
If that makes you feel any better.
No, but
I raided my father. Well, my mother-in-law gave this to me when she, thinned out the liquor cabinet at her house.
there you go.
excellent. She can call me if she ever needs to do that again.
Absolutely not. She calls one person when
That's
stuff
right.
like that happens.
Oh boy. So, anything else in this particular cigar we're smoking?
It's really spicy off the kick.
Mine's
Mine
not.
is at least.
No, mine's not. The Rosado has. I got a little sweetness off this.
Are you getting that?
Ow.
That?
Yeah.
Typical
Like some
Pepin?
pepper, yeah.
Yeah, some
the
pepper and
yeah,
spice,
very typical
pepin,
pepin
yeah.
profile, yes.
I can't
I just-
retrohale it.
I
It
just-
hurts really bad.
Really?
I'm there too with you, man.
Wow. That
So, it's
much?
not, I thought it was just me because of my sinuses, but no,
But
yours-
it's
yeah,
both.
it's
My
both.
sinuses aren't great either, but
No,
yeah.
It must be the year of sickness. Everyone I know is getting sick, so that means we're.
I'm
only-
cold. I have a cold on both ends, man.
Oh wow, that's great to know.
Way-
Achoo!
Let's talk about something happier.
Yeah,
like
Pappies.
in Opus X. Now, this was a Churchill
Reserve de Chateau.
Reserve de Chateau.
Whoa.
I want to say it was like a 7x49.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's go with
Yeah.
that.
This is from 2005. This came from purchase from Mark Jr. This the thing just poured wonderful flavors all the way through. Awesome sweetness, leather spice, still packed a punch. I will be smoking these very quickly.
Good.
Actually,
I think there was
uh,
a couple in that package.
Still
that I
had,
gave you, right?
still, yeah, it still had some punch left to it. Like I got to the end, I was like a little
I saved
woozy.
a couple for me too.
Yeah, you should definitely. Very smokable though.
Yeah.
Like it was like pouring smoke. You just kind of like burn through them, and then you get through it, and you're like, wow, I want another one of those. That was really good. So that was kind of the smoking experience behind it. I'd say it's box worthy. I think anytime you can put 5 or more years on Opus, it's a good thing. Some of the oldest ones that are labeled.
Our listeners never hear us say that, by the way.
That's true.
No, I know.
It's true though. It can't. I think if you're in the mindset that you're gonna, be an Opus person, that this is the way to go. So my first one was a factory press 4.
you were kinda
I went to this
poo-pooing.
because I kind of poo-pooed it.
You were poo-pooing it. There was some poo-pooing going on.
Look at that picture right there.
What is that?
What do you think that is? Why don't we move on to the next picture?
Wow.
That's what that is. It's a
Holy
literally 1.5 inch long stick that was in the cigar. So wait till the listeners see the pictures. Actually, you can see them on the Stogie feed right now. It's absurd, the size of the stick in it. I've never seen anything like it. So, anyway, it's a 6x60 Mexican Maduro Ecuadorian binder, Dominican filler, grown from a single farm, Estancia La Flor de Palma in La Cañela, Dominican Republic, right?
is that land of big sticks?
Sure.
Big sticks, huh? Whatever.
Yeah. So I tore that one apart, obviously, to get that stick out. I needed to know what it was. But I did go back and smoke another one that I had,
Okay.
and it wasn't bad, right? It wasn't great. It's not the
You
factory
still don't
press.
sound overly enthusiastic about it.
I think it's still unbalanced, to be honest with you. It's still really strong on the nicotine side, which is what I remember from it when it first
Really?
came out. Yeah. It's not very well balanced, but I do remember it being better than when I smoked it the first time. So I think it's going to continue to age.
Now-
I gave it a try one, but I think it's still going to age.
I
so.
smoked one of these one night at Casa Fuente when I was in Vegas in July, and I
Yeah.
can remember like when I smoked it, and I thought it was fantastic. I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe
I
we
thought-
all, you know what we need to do? We need to all go to Vegas. We need to go to Casa Fuente. We need to have mojitos.
There's something in the air,
and
right?
then light these up,
No,
and maybe
see what
that's
happened.
where
Maybe
they have to be
that way,
enjoyed.
if we have to bring the sticks out
Yeah.
to Vegas.
That's how we can sell it to our wives.
Yeah, we need to do this. It's
that
for
would
the
go
show.
over well.
It's for the show.
Alrighty, let's see. Monte Cristo Edmundo. Now I didn't put the pictures up, but I tried to smoke a Diplomaticos. Oh, in fact, I've got them right here.
Yeah.
My Diplomaticos, that was plugged. I believe this
I
was a
tell
gift from
you
Chip.
Yeah. That was the worst box of Cubans I've ever
Awful.
heard in my life.
And in SS1, a Partagas or Punch SS1 was plugged completely. I mean,
Which
completely.
Diplomaticos was it?
I don't know that one, whatever that one is.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. You can see I tried to draw poke him. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but I tried to poke him, especially the SS1. I really wanted that one to smoke because you can't get them anymore, but it didn't. So I smoked a Monte Cristo Edmundo. Very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
It ages extremely well. It pours flavor, but not a bold flavor like when you first get them. The flavor's kind of like a couple notches down on it now,
Mm-hmm.
where I think it makes the like quintessential morning smoke with coffee now. I mean, if you, you know, again, you're like, it's almost like you go back to Cuba and you're sitting in a cafe, sipping some espresso first thing in the morning. Like, this is
Right.
the kind of cigar I picture myself smoking. So I'm very, very happy with them. I'm not sure how long I would age them, like I said, because they do starting to seem to be losing a little bit of punch to them. So,
Okay, fine. I just want to give a little shout out. Someone just sent us a little text here with Stephen Drew and some of the people from Cats. Welcome aboard if you're listening.
yes, thanks everyone for listening live. Get some live listeners in the chat room. Thank you very much.
So I went with the Tatuaje Little Drac. I went back into some things that I didn't think really excited me the first time to see if they, if they've changed up a little bit.
Yeah, because I was telling you, I really like this. And Tim said he really liked this one, too.
Okay.
5 and 48 Ecuadorian Habano Maduro Nicaraguan filler and binder. The cigar's boring. It has some pepper and sweetness,
Do you feel the same way, Stogie
yeah.
Santa?
but I don't get much else, and it doesn't change up at all for me.
I think the Frank just blows it away. There's no comparison. But again, that's what makes.
I want to go ahead and be on the record. It's not a bad cigar, but it's a little.
You're
bit
happy
boring.
to get two in the box, though.
Oh,
Sure,
absolutely.
absolutely.
No,
yeah.
I'll take that.
When I
That's-
open up my other box, I'd also be happy to trade them for your two Frank Juniors. I don't know if that'll happen though.
We'll
But
see.
yeah,
Because it's you, I mean, I think I would. I have 3 boxes of them, so yeah, I would do that.
Yeah.
I would do it.
I don't think it was a bad cigar.
Yeah.
I don't think there was really a bad one in the box.
No, I mean that for the price, what you're looking at for 8 good sticks. How can you
10.
go wrong? 10. Excuse me, 10,
Yeah.
2 of each. That's right. What am I talking about? Duh.
But yeah, no, it just was not. It didn't light my world on fire.
Alrighty, CYB Robusto. The draw was a little tight on this one, and I found a snug draw on a lot of these CYBs, the Cuenca y Blancos.
I found it was funny you said that. Now on the Robusto, that's what I found prevalent too.
Yeah.
Where the Lonsdale, I've had nothing but great experience.
I've
Talk
had
about
mixed,
a cup of coffee.
I've had mixed success.
My first
with both.
Lonsdale was tight.
Yeah.
But since then they've been good.
They've been
No,
very
so
good.
I put in
Cup
there. I
of
haven't
coffee,
smoked. I haven't
killer,
smoked a
killer.
lot of them, enough of them to really make the determination that some are plugged. But to hear both of you guys say, I got one of them where the drawer was good, but I've also had one and the drawer was plugged, and to have that go across sizes.
Yeah.
Makes me
That's
really
a little
nervous
nervous,
about
yeah.
construction,
Yeah.
especially it's coming from.
It would hold
State.
me back to buy a full box. To be
And
honest with
that's
you.
what's I mean, so here's what I wrote. The flavors are more intense when these aren't plugged. Like I think when it's plugged, it very much detracts from
Definitely,
the flavor. You
yeah.
get when the smoke's good. I mean,
Then
the thing
they're
just
great,
pours flavor.
Boy, that's
The flavor
messed up
profile.
the obvious, isn't it? If it's plugged, it doesn't taste so good. Holy shit! Come on, come up with something good.
But so it's not. It's not. It's not.
Merry
plugged.
Christmas, folks. Merry Christmas.
It's
Welcome to
not
our
plugged.
Christmas.
So to me, this is plugged. You
Right.
can't smoke it, and
Yeah.
it tastes horrible. This one was plugged enough where I could smoke it. Like I'm not saying this was
was
plugged. I'm
just
saying the
tight.
draw was tight,
Yeah.
and that still, as much as this one was tight, detracted from the
And not
experience.
up the beaten path. The 2012 Limitada from Ernesto.
Yeah.
God only knows how that's going to smoke. It's so wet.
It's
it's
unsmokable.
It's
at this point,
unsmokable.
yeah.
I don't even know how to draw. What to draw. I know that.
But I also
broadleaf-
hesitate to buy a box to find out what they're going to be
Right,
like in a year
right,
because I
right.
have no idea at
Yeah.
this point. Yeah. It's,
Well, I mean,
So the flavors on
I'm
this,
sure they'll
the
be
flavors
somewhere
on this,
around in there.
I don't know.
the
I think
Cuenca
too
Blanco
soft.
flavors are amazing. I mean, this thing absolutely.
I agree.
Oh, Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Piloto Cubano binder, Nicaraguan Esteli, Ometepe, and Peruvian filler. Just makes for a wonderfully complex medium body smoke, like you said, with a cup of coffee.
Oh, a cup of coffee is
I
absolutely.
mean, I'd put this right up there
Killer.
with Monte Cristo with Mundo for
Yeah.
with a cup of coffee all day long.
Absolutely.
If they
Great
start
job.
burning right. Okay, next. Mark
I forget
Jr.,
what my
back to
next-
you.
Yeah, all right. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Oh, I smoked an 858 Sungrown. 6 1/4 by 47.
Yummy, yummy.
Ecuadorian Sungrown Habano. Binder and filler Dominican. So this is kind of a staple in the humidor for all of us, I believe, at this point. And I keep buying them every year because they're a reasonable price. I can throw an age stamp on them and stick them in the bottom and smoke my old
Gotcha.
ones, and it's kind of one of those for me. I don't really go out on the limb, right, and like name flavors that are like off the wall for me.
Right.
But these two were very distinct to me that I got from this. One was a very citrusy flavor, and it very much reminded me of that citrus flavor you get from some cognacs. Like,
Interesting. That's an interesting observation.
and
'Cause I think-
I've been smoking cognac, or smoking. I've been smoking
crack?
cognac and drinking cigars lately. So I think that's kind of why it was in the forefront for me. The other one was a sweetness that reminded me of figs. Now, again, this might be a result of my wife is on a Fig Newton kick right now, and they're always in the house, and they're kind of tasty, so I'll grab one when I go by. And maybe that flavor's just kind of on the front of my brain, but I did definitely get that flavor when I was smoking it, and it was kind of
I
exciting.
didn't pick up the fig, but this.
We'll have to ask Brandon. He loves Fig Newtons too.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, just to interject. Okay, we're into about an inch into the cigar. What do you got out on the Maduro there?
I really like it. Not that my palate is necessarily the best measure.
Is it backed off on the?
It's backed off a little bit.
A little bit, but
A
it's
little
still
bit.
there.
It's still there.
Yeah.
It's still got some kick to it.
The Rosado's a nice sweetness to it. Right now, very subtle. Not even subtle. Very just a touch of spice. Very on the retrohale. That's about it.
This has like a oakiness to it, or a woodiness to it. At least the Maduro one does.
This has a little, like almost like I wouldn't say oak, maybe like a touch of cedar.
Yeah. If I
Fine.
could jump back a little bit to that 858, though, one of the things I love about that smoke is how crisp the smoke is. It's not like that. It doesn't like leave a lingering aftertaste in your mouth. It's very crisp. It's to the point.
And
I forgot to
And
put
it-
some of those in your guys'. I bought a box actually,
Yeah.
because you said you might not be getting them into the shop.
All right,
So I
I
found a
mean-
box online. I didn't tell anyone, and then I forgot to put them in your.
it's okay.
We're still here.
I can still get.
smoke 'em.
We're still here.
I'm still going to give you some, and I know you're not going to say no when I give them to
I
you.
mean,
so.
when you're looking at a box for like what $1.30, not even $1.25, how can you go wrong?
I think that's the going rate on those.
I think I paid more like $150, but
No, that's our price.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
your price is really good.
Yeah.
I mean, you
you know.
can't beat that. Can't beat that.
Another thing you can't beat is an Toro Fuente Hemingway
Oh,
Classic Maduro,
man.
and you guys got these in the shop.
Yep.
And I felt like an ass because I was in there smoking it, and one of our mutual friends like, "What's good in there? What are you smoking?" I'm like, "Dude, you gotta get one of these."
Absolutely.
And you guys had sold out. I'm like, "Dude, I'm sorry. Like, if I had one in my box, I gotta make sure I put one in my box to give to him."
I got a couple in my Christmas package,
Nice.
Oh yeah.
which my wife has we've already exchanged gifts. 'Cause
These
we're going
are
out to Montana.
really rich and smooth, tons of flavor, even fresh right out of the box. They're just terrific.
You know something?
Terrific smoke.
I was only 2 days off the truck,
Yeah.
and I was blown away.
Terrific smoke.
Right.
This is a broadleaf wrapper with Dominican binder and filler, and the Hemingway Classic size is a 7 by 48, whereas the Signature is a 6 by 47.
Okay.
I recently researched that because I'm always getting them confused. So
We all have our hierarchy of favorite
Yeah.
Hemingway sizes, right? This is
I
third
tell you
for
what,
me.
this
is
one,
third for me.
This one rocks, though. This
yeah.
one rocks.
What I like about the short story and this particular one, consistent as hell.
Yeah.
The worm or the work of art, it's like they can smoke great, but sometimes the construction on them, maybe it's me. I have some issues on those.
Call me lucky, because I know you have mentioned it, Paul. You've mentioned
You
it.
mentioned
Tim's
also?
mentioned it as well.
Which stick?
On
The work of art Maduro?
I
Yeah.
love it.
I've never had a problem,
Oh, it just
and I'm gonna go with it till I
Some
do.
of them get flat on me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Right in the middle, it's just.
I've noticed that with Fuente too. I mean, I smoked a Shark, and there's like a scale, I think, on Yeho that it goes through, and the similar Hemingway Maduros go through the same kind of scale. Some of them I smoke, and I'm like, wow, that really rocked my world. And the other ones I smoke, and I'm like, eh. And I think both those lines from Fuente, flavor-wise, I don't know. I mean, this is just my observation for whatever it's worth. Just some don't hold up, and some are just out of this world. So
Fair enough.
we have a question from the chat room. It's a pretty easy question, as Stogie Santa sitting in here. What are you guys paying up there for Opus X Lost City?
Lost City on everything from the double Robusto to the Toro, you're looking from $28 to $29. That's what you're getting.
Lanceros. the same.
Lanceros are 30, 31.
So, and that's where you and I had this conversation. So
God.
you pay $28 for a Robusto,
Yep.
but the Churchill size, or the largest size, whatever,
double Robusto.
Robusto
Yeah.
is
It's
$20.
$1 more.
$29.
$1 more. Yeah, right.
$1 more.
$1 more.
But it's interesting when I was telling Stogie Sanders, so I went and I bought some of the larger sizes. I'm like, all right, I'm going to buy a certain lot of the. I mean, because at $30 a stick, I'm like, I'm going to buy 3 or 4, right? So, but all the larger sizes, because that's where you want to put your money.
Right.
And then, maybe you come out here and I'm like, wow, I really want to smoke one of those, but I don't want to sit out here for an hour and a half or 2 hours. I just want a Robusto timed smoke.
So,
And
I have to say, though, the bigger those get, the better they get.
really,
Which is not usually the way I look at those.
I just found the Lancero.
I haven't smoked my
The
Lancero yet.
Lancero
I haven't
is
smoked one yet.
absolutely
I have
delicious.
3 now.
We talked about
I used
it
to have
last
2, now I
week.
have 3. That was also in my Christmas package.
we talked about it last week. I tell you, that Opus Lost City Lancero is the bomb.
it is.
It
It
is
really
the cat's
is.
meow. It is
The belle of the ball.
Oasis all day long. Okay,
Oh,
back
this-
to you, Mark Jr.
All right. I smoked a Viaje Exclusivo Chiquitos from 2011. It's a 4 7/8 by 51. It's a Nicaraguan Puro, but the wrapper is Criollo specifically. I love this blend. Okay.
Very good blend.
I've smoked probably 3 different years of the Robustos. I've smoked the double-edged swords, the shorts, the Chiquitos. I love this blend. Can't say enough about it. And it's probably the most consistent blend coming out of Viaje, in my opinion. Although I've been finding the holiday blend is pretty consistent as well.
And I'll tell you what, this year's holiday blend is pretty darn good.
This was a exclusive for Tower cigars,
Right.
and it was a re-release. So this was the second time this size had been released. As a matter of fact, you and I split the box.
Right.
Yep.
Very,
This
very
stick
good.
has pepper and leather. Very nice.
but
Very,
the
very
balance,
nice.
Perfectly balanced.
Yep.
Perfectly.
This one had a distinctly oak taste to it as well. Another very distinct flavor that jumped out to me this week.
Kind of like what we're smoking. It has kind of that oaky-ish
Yes,
flavor.
very, very. Yeah, actually, now you say
That's
it,
the
it's
only
pretty
thing
similar.
I'm kind of
yeah.
picking up is a wood type flavor.
Oh, God, this tastes so good.
Yeah, it kind of
Really,
reminded
with
me
the light,
of that.
with the light wrapper on it, you really a little bit hesitant because it did have a light wrapper.
I don't. The cigars.
I thought it was
kudos.
going to be a Connecticut seed, but now
No,
that
no, the
it's a
risotto.
Habano risotto.
Right.
I can
okay.
imagine
Yeah,
it being
yeah,
much
yeah.
better.
I think the Pappy's really helping us out.
Oh yeah,
immensely,
the
too.
Pappy's is really good, by the way. Thank you
Oh
for
my
bringing that.
God!
These
Talk
are
about wood. Oh God. Okay.
So I wanted to give a shout out on the show to Tuesday Night Herf. You guys know about Tuesday Night Herf? It's on Google Plus. It's kind of like an exclusive invite only. There tends to be a couple of them going around, but if you guys go on Google Plus and add me as a friend, we'll get you plugged in the little network. And what happens is people from all over the world get together in a video chat hangout. That's what they call it, a hangout in Google Plus, and we all smoke cigars. So Tuesday night, I happened to be working out here in the workshop. I actually really was working.
Yeah, working, smoking cigars.
Working. Well, that's work, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So I joined Zedman and Big Pete and a bunch of other people I'm probably forgetting. And everyone's laughing about my work joke in the chat room.
Yeah.
Some of the people in the chat room probably there live. Patrick was another one. Patrick, speaking of Viaje, Patrick really likes the fact that we review a lot of Viaje and Tatuaje. He said those are two brands that I really, really like, and I don't hear a lot of other people giving it the coverage that we do and talking about as many of the different lines and different blends and sizes that we do. He said that's what I really like about your show is when you go and talk about Viaje or Tatuaje, it's all the different styles and sizes and giving your opinion on each of them. And he says his flavor profile really is close to ours, so he appreciates the ranking system and all that.
I like to hear that. I would also like to think that we're pretty honest with it too. We'll tell.
I mean,
it
I
like
think
it is.
like I even talked to my buddy here, Steve Drew, saying the same thing. How Viaje is just seemed to be falling off the map. You know, a little bit on some of the blends, not all of them. The stuff, what is it? Stuffed turkey, and the white meat doc. I had the Maduro.
Yeah, there was someone on the Tuesday Herb saying they were kind of actually.
Exactly.
That was their feedback.
I mean, you get a holiday blend, and you get the exclusivos, you get things like that that are very, very, very good, but a lot of hit and miss on his blends of late.
Hey, Mark, can you throw that ashtray over here?
Absolutely.
Here we go. So we've got, this is an Oliva Atlantic Cigar 15th Anniversario Diadema.
Diadema.
It's a Diadema, which means it's tapered on both ends. This one's gone from just okay to really good. So when these first came in, I smoked one, and I was like, I didn't even give them to you guys. I was like, these aren't even ready to smoke yet.
So you're trying to spare us
I was sparing you guys the agony, the agony, and the pain. Now I'm going to give them to you guys because over time, and it hasn't even been maybe a month or so, these have gone from good to great, I think.
Wow.
The first, not even the first third, but a little less than the first third. It's still a little unbalanced. You can still, it needs a little more time. But after you get past that, you get this really nice sweetness coupled with this nice spice. And it ends up being a really, really nice smoke, especially in the second third. So the sweetness kind of comes and goes. It's an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan Nicaraguan Papa Van Winkle slur.
Okay.
It's a Nicaraguan binder and filler. It's a 6 3/4 by 48 boxes of 10 for $85.
Not bad.
You know when I revisited, gentlemen? Remember last year how much we thought the Summerfest was not a good cigar?
Really?
They're smoking much, much better.
Oh, yeah. I saw a couple of those kicking around in my humidor.
Yeah.
We should go back and smoke them, yeah.
I'm not saying they're spectacular, but they become from almost an angler to I would call it a fiver.
Okay.
So that's a step up.
So get back to the Atlantic. You get smoked the EPC from Atlantic?
Yes.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yes. Awesome.
It was
smoke.
awesome. No, the window.
Oh, the window. Okay, I'll need to take a break.
What the hell is that all about?
While you guys, whatever you can remember from the Atlantic cigar, from the EPC.
It was a cigar. What'd you get off the first initial hit off yours?
I have to think.
I
smoked that as my second one last. Yeah. There was definitely a spice to the whole. I thought through the first third, right?
Right. Well, I got almost, I wouldn't say pepin spice, but a heavier spice in the beginning and tapered off quite a bit.
Yes.
To about half the way.
Yes.
And just dissipated.
Mm-hmm. I do remember that. I remember it being awesome, though.
Oh yeah, the
It's
flavors.
hard for me to remember. I have a terrible memory.
Yeah.
I have to like write down notes as I'm
I do the
smoking
same
cigars
thing.
so that I can talk intelligently when I'm here.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that. But I got a lot.
You're going to ruin the whole show if we start talking intelligently now,
Yeah,
Mark.
no, that's true.
Let's not ruin a good thing. We got a good thing going on here.
I got a lot of nice earth off that, and again, I wouldn't say an oak, but another woody effect off that. And then at the very end of the cigar, the spice.
Yeah.
In the first third of the cigar, came back at the last third of the cigar. For me,
Now-
I do remember that now you say that, yeah.
Also from Atlantic was the My Father. Did I give you the My Father?
No. The
No?
box press Robusto.
I bought 5 of them, and I only have 3 left in my humidor. So
Wasn't me.
I smoked one, and I thought I gave the other one
Maybe
to someone.
Tim?
Maybe it was Tim.
And then they made an exclusivo Lancero
Viaje.
that none of us got because we all choked on it.
So here's the deal. They have some of those, I'm told, and are going to be kind enough to gift us a sampler to give away in January.
Wow.
So
Okay.
some lucky listener, if we can get Mark Jr. prevent him from stealing them, if I look at his face, some lucky listener will win that in January.
Sweet.
Right.
So
And
It'll be good.
We got some. By the way, the Papa Fetus will be coming in very shortly.
yes.
That's another one.
The French fries.
French fries.
Alrighty, Mark Jr. Back to you.
All right, so this is my 5th and final entry for this episode. It is the Crowned Heads 4 Kicks LE 2012 Mule Kick. It is a 5 7/8 by 52 Ecuadorian Habano wrapper and a Nicaraguan filler. This has been one that I've been looking forward to since I heard about it. Right?
Just a clarification on the filler. The wrapper and the components that make up the cigar, right? The wrapper is a different wrapper it's a darker color, similar plants, darker color.
Similar.
So I actually
Right now-
posted the link from Crowned Heads
Okay.
on my review, or on my
Now,
mini review. here.
I also read where they added more Ligero to the blend to make it
Yes,
stronger.
their quote was amped up the blend.
Yes.
is what they said. So that the wrapper was too dark, they couldn't grade it in with the other ones, and then they added some Ligero to it. Mine, unfortunately, was too tight on the draw, so I'm gonna hold off on
Okay, fair enough.
giving it a review because I would imagine that they're not all like that. Was yours like that?
No, mine was good. The strength wise, I don't find it was amped up. I guess I was amped up on what I was hearing. I thought it was a solid smoke. I think that cigar is going to be even better with time. I found that the balance on it was a little iffy on it. But when everyone's talking about this bold, not bold, but the hero being inside, being stronger, yeah. But again, you just got those in that day, and I couldn't wait, and I fired it up, and it was good. It was a good smoke.
Yeah, I got them a couple days before, but it wasn't. It was that week. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to revert. Like I said, I want to hit that.
I don't think it would be fair to give it a rating at this point.
No.
So.
I smoked a La Aurora Preferido Ruby Maduro, the one that comes in the red tubo.
And what was the age on that one?
So this one I've had, I'm going to say roughly 2 years.
Oh,
so it was about 2 years ago that I started buying some of these up, and it was right after you had gifted me, and then we bought all of the ones that were left. I don't know how many years of age those had on them. Probably more than two.
More than two.
And they were Oasis
Yep.
level smoking at that point. This one, not quite Oasis level, but after 2 years of smoking really well. And each of you got one of these
I'm excited.
in your Christmas pack from me. So again, mine are about 2 years old, and it was an awesome smoke. I mean, it's just the flavors, the burn, the draw, construction. It was really good. This is called the 1903 Ruby Edition. It's a 5x54 Brazilian sun-grown wrapper, Piloto Cubano binder, and the filler is also Piloto Cubano Brazilian Bahia and Cameroon. So it's got an interesting mix.
I've never had Cameroon.
In
Never
the filler.
noticed Cameroon in a filler.
I'll tell you
before.
what. I would never in a million years knew there was what'd you say, Cameroon in there?
Cameroon in the filler.
And the filler, because I didn't pick up that kind of sweetness
No.
off it. Did you?
Well, the aged ones, the sweetness really becomes a lot more prominent.
I've actually
but-
never had one that said Ruby on it. I've only had the ones that say Maduro.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
I think that-
Is there a difference? Is that for certain?
We've always talked about there being a difference between the Tubo version that say Ruby
Right.
and the Maduro version that says Maduro on the band.
Okay.
That's from what I've understood.
No, and then I'll tell you what. You were talking about the rubies. I think this diamond, 2 years from now?
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be. I think going to definitely be epic.
Now, I couldn't find exactly how much I paid for these, but did
They're
buy them
17,
on.
18
Well, I did
bucks.
buy them on auction, and it was probably at least half of MSRP. And MSRP is
Wow,
around
that's-
14 or 15,
Well, no, I think they're higher
10
than
to
that.
15. Though the price I found online, from wherever the link is in the show notes. Casa Fumando listed the price as $10 to $15 for the Ruby Tubos.
That's 10. Well, that's on auction wise, right?
That's 10 is probably auction wise.
Oh, it's got to be. I know it's got to be. Trust me.
Because they were 14 in the store. Rhode Island prices were about 14. Mark Jr., did you have one more, you said?
I didn't, but I will
Okay.
talk about another cigar that I did smoke. I
Okay.
didn't put it up there. I smoked a Dirty Rat late last night. That was awesome. These ones
They'll be
are
out in February.
3 years old now.
Yep.
Maybe from the original run of them at this point. I have 3 left out of 2 boxes. And I cherish every single one of these. As a quick aside, it was the last cigar I enjoyed with my father-in-law a week before he
That's
passed
something-
away.
That's something.
So that's kind of special to me as well. This cigar is phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's really got a well-balanced, like, chocolate, spice, leather, wood. A ton of different flavors, all that really meld
7
well.
different blends in that cigar.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Is
7,
that
I was talking to Steve Sacker. When he first came out with saying, they first came out there with $12 a stick saying, who's going to pay that for a Corona? Well, needless to say, you can see why. You can see why.
I think it's worth every penny of $12
I'll
for
tell
a
you
Corona.
what, I'll take that Corona over to Ratzilla all day.
Oh, no
That's
doubt.
all I'm saying.
No doubt. No doubt.
Do we have a contest for this show?
Oh, no one said anything, so hey, there you go. Yeah, we got a contest.
Okay. In the next segment, maybe we'll announce a contest.
Yeah, well, hey, what's the
We'll
winner?
keep people in suspense, including ourselves. I smoked a Quesada Oktoberfest. The box press is the Ludwig.
Yes.
Okay.
No,
No, I have that wrong.
Ludwig. That's correct.
Ludwig is the box press. It started off a bit unbalanced, but as I went through it got better. And then, man, the final third in this cigar, holy crap. Like, I needed a seatbelt to strap me into my seat. I was so excited and just overwhelmed with this sweet flavor. Unbelievable. So, I mean, it changed, like,
Night and day.
night and day. You could see oils just oozing from the wrapper, and I think that, makes for a better flavor experience. It just, I mean, I wish if the whole cigar was like that, oh, my God, this
Are
would
there
be a
none of
Oasis
those
all
left?
day.
Yeah, we got some of those. Yeah.
I mean, we don't have any more.
It was so. I thought of you today. This gentleman come in. He goes. He was talking about the same. Well, not the same. Same size. He was talking about the short robusto.
No, petite, yeah, the petite.
He
Robusto.
come in and all he was begging me. Do you have any? Do you have any? He was like you. Fell in love with that cigar.
Yeah, that's still my favorite. Oktoberfest
I
blend.
can see the Oktoberfest blend is just.
And those petite robustos,
Oh,
I got to find more of those. Those are regular production
yeah,
too.
right, oh yeah. Yep,
I tell you what, I was not the biggest Quesada fan going into last year,
Oh,
and
man.
they've
Yeah.
turned me around.
Because know what happened? Everyone when they come up with the
Tributo?
oh, that thing was to me was the most unbalanced.
That was a
cigar.
dog rocket if I've ever had one.
So on the Ludwig, I had 500 on the Ludwig. I think it's something you should keep at 500 of. I think they're going to age well.
Oh, they're gonna.
Yeah, they're going to age well.
That cigar's
Yeah.
gonna.
I think that sweetness in the final third, and maybe I'm hoping it's going to move its way through the rest of the
well.
cigar. Unbanded Cigar A from Alex S. This was shit. I hope I have the envelope over here. This was a cigar. It tasted like a cigar, smoked like a cigar. What was your assessment of it, Stogie Santa? I had some very
bland.
cigar flavors. You smoked it too as well, Mark
Bland.
Jr.
I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I forgot about it.
I said it was a cigar. It had some smoke. It had some kind of bland flavor, and it burnt.
and
And that's
I
about all I
put
can
it out.
really say about it. I had it as an angler rating. Something you don't.
Yeah, I'd put it there as well.
Yeah,
It's not long.
It's sure-
balls.
no, not by any stretch of
it's
the
not
imagination.
long
long,
balls, yeah.
mulch. Angler is.
Okay.
It's just
Here
about-
comes the big reveal. A little crinkling of the paper. Cigar A from Alex S. is a La Aurora Seconds Bristol Especial. A bundle of 15. Regular retail price is $81.30. He got it for $21.95 for a bundle of 15.
That's not a bad.
You know what? For an angler cigar,
that's well worth it.
yeah, like I said, it burned great.
I throw that in my tackle box.
Yeah. If I was cutting my lawn.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you wouldn't throw it in front of the lawnmower?
No, I
No, I'd smoke it while I was cutting the lawn.
Well,
Yeah,
smoke
exactly.
while you're cutting the lawn.
For that kind of money, I mean, that's
It's not. I mean,
that's what it is.
Couple dollars.
Speaking
a
of bundle cigars, you know what I'm kind of excited to try is that the Trocadero and the El Suelo, maybe.
Suelo?
That's way.
Yeah, they're the L'Atelier
Yep.
bundles
Yep.
that came out.
Yep.
They're not short filler, but they're B
Yeah.
grade tobacco.
Yep.
I'm kind of interested to try that. I think that might be.
I'm
that
not
might
big
be
on
a
the
good
short
angle.
filler, but I tell you what, for like when you're in the pool or golfing or whatever, mowing the lawn, B grade tobacco. There's nothing wrong with it. Because you get them cheap, and if it falls, and you keep another one in your pocket, and light it
You're
up.
going
What are you
fishing
gonna
and
do?
doing something like that.
It drops in the water.
Who gives a shit? Watch a little brown
I've heard
trout.
good things about them though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted
So-
to bring those in, but it was like a $5,000 buy-in. at the
Oh,
show.
really? Yeah.
Not just in that whole thing,
But you had to
gold.
buy like the surrogates
Yeah,
and the
everything.
all of them.
So, Alex S., thank you very much for your unbanded.
Yes, thank you very much.
Probably stuff we
Merry
wouldn't normally
Christmas,
smoke.
Alex.
Opus X Petite Corona. What a great cigar. I
Is
think
that
it's
one of them too?
No, this was one. I believe I bought this one at
Okay.
Casa Fuente, so it does not have a lot of age on it. Presented nice pepper, spice, and leather and sweetness. Will get better with age. Awesome smoking now. Just a solid Petite Corona. I mean, it's like everything you wanted. That packed-in flavor in the Petite Corona. Nice strong smoke. These are box worthy, and I've smoked age ones, and they're equally as good. They tend not to lose a lot with age. Like they really tend to hold in that bold flavor and strength profile.
I agree.
Last on my list, 1964 anniversary Pyramid Maduro.
These are terrible.
Oh my God, this is Oasis. This was my smoke of the week. I smoked this
Yep.
during the show last week. We didn't get a chance to talk about it much. This one had about 2 years of age. By far the best 1964 Maduro, in my opinion. It's a nice sweet and chocolate flavor, very smooth, flavorful, pours smoke. It's a perfect smoking experience. I mean, it goes from a large ring gauge to a small ring gauge. It gives you kind of that complexity, just in the shape and size. Gives you some complexity.
Call me crazy too. It definitely gets more intense.
Yeah.
It gets more.
That's the way the cigar is. That's what it's all about. That last third of that cigar just rocks.
It's got to be one of my favorite Padrones of all time.
Of the 64, there's nothing close. And that's my favorite 64.
Yep.
These
I
are
agree.
about $15.
Yes. Yep.
So it's half of what you pay for an anniversario, and I mean I don't know about flavors and all. It's pretty close to the same smoking experience to Padron cigars that are twice as much.
Yeah, right.
So I think if you're going to put your money in the Padron line, this is a solid investment. It's
Yeah.
like cigar investment advice here.
And-
Stogie Geeks, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Solid investment
And my-
because
Buy,
they age well.
And then my cigar of the week was I did something bad, but that little package that I received from Hong Kong, I got a 2004 on the number 4 Romeo and Juliet.
Yes.
I gotta hook you up with this. That never
Really?
made it. That was supposed to go to my friend.
Oh
but
no,
it
yeah,
never
you
made it.
kept it.
Yeah.
So out of all the cigars that you've recently were gifted or acquired legally, we'll say, which one, that one stands out? 2004 Romeo and
2004.
Juliet.
And I'll tell you what. Then again, I was gifted by Stephen Drew I believe 2001 Viñedo before they even put the cedar wrap on that. I smoked that. Oh, phenomenal! I thought it was gonna be aged out. Absolutely gorgeous. And next week when we do our
What year was this?
2001.
Añejo?
Oh, absolutely.
I have a couple 05s that
Oh,
don't
my
have bands
God.
or cedar on them.
Oh, phenomenal! And then the next week, he's putting a little blend together. I want to smoke down at show next week. It's those two stuck out for me. Big time.
What else did you smoke this week? Maybe that was just kind of average, or maybe really good, or maybe not so good.
Again,
some stuff that
La Punta, was it?
La Punta. What?
La Punta. I know it. And I'm just getting relaxed there with this Pat piece. That's only got maybe 8 months of age.
What is that?
The San Cristobal, the La Punta.
Ooh,
man.
yeah.
Phenomenal.
Aren't those
I was
great?
I was on a little bit of a
I smoked all mine. Yeah, I smoked all
I have
mine.
one
that.
left. I have one left of those aged ones.
And
that
I
you
did
have.
the 898
Yeah.
varnish. This oh my God, this had a great week of
Great
those-
Cuban week for you,
great
huh?
Cuban week, yep. And then I'm gonna go back, and I'm really excited to.
I haven't gone on a Cuban tear in a while.
I haven't
I
either.
need to do it. I
Yeah.
need to do
Yeah,
it.
it just have to. It know what it does.
Such a departure from what
It
Right.
is.
And then you go back and you smoke your whatever your favorite smoke, you actually
It's different. Yeah,
It
it's
is. And like
very
I said,
different
that
experience.
Añejo, I had a port wine with that, and I was surprised.
You had a pretty fabulous week of smoking and drinking. It sounds
absolutely.
like. I want your life, Stogie Santa.
I was outside with my friend in the garage. We got a little. It was fun. It was
Oh
raining.
yeah, you said you drank a whole bottle of the Auchentoshan?
Yeah, no, but-
Auchentoshan.
Ashen whatever talk about rocking.
It's
But
a rock-
man, I'll tell you, that I can't say that Añejo was just. I was skeptical. I figured that kind of age wouldn't have that flavor. I'm sure. I bet you 2 years before it'd be even more. It's a little on the downside, not much, but still fabulous flavors. Fabulous.
Well, we had those aged, the original release opuses at one time. You remember those? Remember that day?
Yes.
It was like
Double
our first
Coronas?
epic smoke. That
Yes.
yours was double Corona. Mine was the Churchill, the
Yeah.
Reserve de Chateau, and they were kind of aged out. I
They
thought.
were. They
Yeah.
were.
And then I had was it 2000?
And what year were those? 99 or
98?
98?
Yeah.
2006 LFD chisel.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I
That
still
looked
have
good.
one of those left
Oh,
from
you
that
gotta-
when you tore through them at
Oh,
Christmas
I
time
know.
last year.
I
I still have
just-
one left.
If you put a ridiculous amount of age on LFD, man, it's
Yeah, it was just still flavorful as a 6-year-old cigar, just out of this world.
That's a note I'm going to throw out there to our listeners. If you can find the old LFD band, the
Yes.
one with the flower in them,
Yep.
buy.
I know what I got. I got in the vault is the 2004 Limitados. I got to give them. I'll give them a $5 right now, all day long. I don't think they're going to be Oasis. They could go
the Limitado fours.
fours, right?
Yeah.
I think they could go maybe as high as a box worthy. I think it can work
Over
its
time.
way- Over time, the threes. If you have the Limitada threes, and I think Mark would agree with me on this, these things are smoking close to epic.
Yes.
Not quite.
the limit.
The number
Limitada threes.
Oh,
The ones that you don't like.
No,
No, that was the 4. I
no
thought you
threes.
gave.
I remember
That
I
was a
gave
3.
him one without the
unbanded,
label.
yeah.
Oh my God, they are just
Oh, that was a 3 you gave me.
yes. Those are. I gotta send them down to my friends here. They're just so good.
Yeah,
And I think any longer, 6-8 months from now, I think they're going to start going this way. I really do. I can't see how they can get any better. I really don't. I can't see it. That's
What's
my-
everyone's assessment of your 9/11 tribute cigar?
From the little bit what Mark was telling me on his what he read on the review about the Maduro, this one is nice, nice medium bodied, flavored, sweetness, woodsy flavor, perfect draw. Construction's wonderful. I would call this a 5 all day long.
Now, Mark Jr., I've noticed this one kind of transitioned from a more potent woody flavor to a little more toasty.
yes,
Get a little
absolutely. And I've kind of the pepper is kind of
Yeah, I
gone
can
away
retrohale it now
yeah,
without
yeah.
being in excruciting pain.
Yeah, no, both of you are like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
I
it
thought-
was
I
a
thought 'cause you're
blast.
cold.
Yeah.
It was a blast
of
off the
pepper.
beginning. Yeah.
That's definitely settled down. All right, with that, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about. I've got some top 5 lists, and I want to add a couple. I want you guys to go through some of your top 5 lists. Maybe we can help each other go through some quick top 5 lists. Our listeners love that kind of stuff. I've documented a couple, so I've got my top 5 Cameroon cigars. I've got my top
a good
5 Lanceros.
Oh, that was one of the ones
yeah.
that when you mentioned it to me, that's
Yeah,
the one that
so
I
you guys,
instantly thought
you
of.
guys can come up with your own top 5, and I
At the
also
last minute, you asked me top 5.
you can come up top of your head.
No, bullshit.
You can.
We're not asking you to rank them like for
Yeah.
eternity.
Oh, come on.
You
Well,
can
you're
come.
making me feel
It took
bad.
me
Wah,
5
wah,
seconds to come up with them.
I didn't really think about it.
I
to be
think we
honest.
should
That's
do.
the only one I came
I
up
think
with.
we should do our top 5 Scotch and bourbon. as
Yes,
well.
done deal.
Okay, we
Top
know
five?
what the bourbon
I'm into
is,
it.
right?
Well, we got a little time during the break.
Top
so
one, bang.
Top one, bang.
We'll take a short break and come right back.
There you go. This is what a difference, huh?